Welcome to this video on how to use the Destiny online catalog to search for books in your school library. My name is Amy Heil and I am a digital learning coach for GISD. In this video, I'm going to model how to find books at a specific campus. When you are at your home campus, you and your students will normally log into Destiny through ClassLink. To begin, you will go to the home page for the campus you want to search. So for this video, I am going to be utilizing the Wagner Middle School Library Catalog. When you get to the home page, underneath the picture gallery, locate the library icon. Once you click on that, you will see the campus library's webpage. Now, each campus library has set up their webpage a little differently, but what you will need to locate is the place where users can either find a book, search for a book, or in some cases, it may have the Destiny or Follett icon for you to click. So I'm going to click here where it says Find a Book. Once I open this, there are some brief instructions on how to find a book within the library. But over here, I notice this right here. This is the Follett or Destiny icon. So I'm going to click on this to get to our online catalog. Once you go into the library's catalog, you will see the Destiny Discover page. I really like this layout because it's very visually appealing. And this page will be divided into sections. So as you can see here, the recently added books are going to be at the top of the page. The next section is popular titles. Now, I am creating this video in June, so currently school is out. Therefore, right now, there's not very many popular titles showing. But during the school year, as students are checking out books, usually this column here is full, showing the books that have been most checked out by students at that campus. The third section are topics, and I can search for different books based on different topics. As you can see, on these books, up in the top left corner, there is a little flag, and it tells you whether the book is in, or if it was checked out, that flag would be red and it would say out. I really like that because the user can instantly see very quickly if a book is going to be available or not. So I am going to model how to use the topics to search for a book. So I can go down here and I can click on a genre that is interesting to me. So I'm going to use sports fiction today as my example. So this screen will open up to show what the library has to offer. So for instance, under sports fiction, the Wagner Library currently has 131 titles. When I look at a book, I get a lot of information. So I can see the call number, I can see what sublocation it is in the library, I can see a reading level, an interest level, I can even see a Lexile range. If I want more detailed information, I can click on the book's title, and this will give me a brief summary. It will also give me more detailed information down here. Something I like to note is the page number. So this book here has 344 pages. The other thing I really like about this detailed information screen is that Destiny will show you other books you might be interested in based on this title you clicked on. So for this example, since this title, Baseball Genius, is currently checked out, I could look over here in this column at some other books that are similar that are in that I might be interested in reading. So when I go back to the main screen, Another thing I can do is use these filters on the left to be more specific in my search. So for instance, I can search for books within a particular genre that are a certain Lexile range. So I could click here on Lexile, and if I wanted to look for books that were between, say, 700, and we'll keep the top number the same, we'll keep it at 880, then what it's going to do is it is going to filter sports fiction that are books between Lexile ranges of 700 and 880. So let's click that and let's see how it changes our search. Okay, it makes a really big difference. So now within the sports fiction section, there's only 8 books that fall within that Lexile range that are sports fiction. It is important to note that when you use these filters over here on the left, it is going to filter within this topic. So you're looking at authors that are listed under sports fiction, or you're looking at a series that is under sports fiction, or a Lexile range within sports fiction. It's not looking out beyond the sports fiction genre. So I wanted to point that out. All right, so the last thing I'm going to model is how you can do an open search. So if I go back up here to this Destiny Discover in the top left corner, it's going to take me back to this main landing page. If I don't want to use the topics button to search for books, I can always do an open search using the search bar here at the top of the screen. This magnifying glass tells me that I can look for things within the library. So if I click within this bar, I can search in many ways. I can look for title, author, subject, keyword. I could also search by genre. So if I'm interested in seeing what type of fantasy books are available, if I start typing fantasy, it's going to give me some options here. I want to look for books that are fantasy fiction. So if I click that, then I come over here and click the magnifying glass. Now it's going to search for books within the library that fall under the fantasy fiction range, which there are over 200 books available at the Wagner Library. Then again, I can go back over here on the left side if I want to filter even further within this search. So the library's catalog is a very powerful tool for your students to utilize when they're searching for an independent reading book. If you would like further information on how to use the catalog, reach out to your campus librarian. And thank you for joining me today in this video.